Namaste. I am here to talk to you today about anxiety and tapping into our deeper emotions. And with all my other videos, I've basically been in my pajamas, so I'm actually in some work clothes today, feeling bright and lively in yellow. I find it really powerful wearing different colours to support through colour therapy, and I do always find yellow lifts my spirits and really calls in that confidence to be more in my power. So I would like to share with you a little bit about anxiety in my life, and this is all I can really share is my experience and how I've worked with it myself, and hope that that supports you in taking something away from it to help with you. So I do feel that any time that I have gone into anxiety, it is because I haven't been honest with myself in what is actually going on emotionally. So I've almost denied my emotions, and that has created anxiety within my system. The first time I ever experienced anxiety was about 3 or 4 years ago now, when I went through adrenal fatigue and I was overgiving a lot in my work and overcommitting. And it was really intense. And I had all of a sudden a deeper level of respect for people that experience this on a daily basis, and realize how debilitating it can be and how it's almost ignored so much within our culture and our society. And as a yoga and meditation teacher, I do find that they are my go-to to be able to help me. But it's interesting because when I am in the anxiety, I almost go into avoidance and don't want to go into my practice. So I just invite you, if you do experience anxiety or you know somebody that does, that just witness that that pattern of what arises for you when you're in the anxious thoughts or feelings, and what is your go-to. So for me, it was become busier, overcommit, and I would often eat because I know that I'm a bit of an emotional eater, and I'll just crave food, usually sweeter food. They were healthy sweets, but it doesn't mean that they're not sweets. And and I also would do something that that was also healthy, which I think is exercise, which works for a lot of people: yoga, meditation. So they were my 3 go-tos, and the yoga and meditation would often be the last thing that I would go to, because sometimes I wasn't so aware that when there's just a more mild level of anxiety, I wasn't aware that I was going to the not so healthy ways of coping with it. So first there was the awareness of what it actually felt like of when it was arising in my body. And then there's also, when you do witness that it's arising, is what is going to be most supportive for you. So a meditation practice may not be most supportive if you're in the full-blown anxiety attack in that moment. Maybe you do need to go down to the beach and go for a long walk, or get on the mat and do a yoga practice, be more physical. I do find, with the yoga and meditation, it is something that can help me stay more grounded, so I actually don't get to those places of stronger anxiety. And that doesn't to say that, not to say that it doesn't ever happen. I'm always working on myself. Nobody's perfect. So I also use liquid crystals. So I'm a liquid crystal practitioner, which is just a mineral therapy. They're vibrational essences, similar to Bach flower, bush flower essences coming from flowers, but these come from crystals, which are something that I've always worked with crystals and loved them after spending so many years working at the Crystal Castle as well. It really, anchored my trust and passion for the mineral kingdom. And there's a liquid crystal Boji stone, which is really powerful, that I often take when I do go into a little bit more overwhelm as well. And it just helps ground the system, bring us into balance, and reminds us what it's like to be in that place of a more grounded state. So we're able to yeah, be more open and honest of what brings us there. So yeah, if you're interested in those, please just reach out to me and I can post them wherever you are in the world as well. Okay, our meditation. So just find a seated position. Whatever works for you, sitting up straight or lying down. I invite you just to start with honoring the breath, witnessing the breath. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And each time you exhale, just inviting you to release a little bit of a sigh, a little bit of letting go. This may feel uncomfortable in the beginning, but to see if you can drop into it from more of an embodied place. So you're just doing it rather than trying to do it. Letting go of any mind chatter, just knowing that it's there. It's the nature of the mind. Is honoring its presence, honoring its busyness, its thoughts. But bringing the awareness to the breath in the present moment without any judgment. Anytime it veers off. So keep that breath long and slow and deep with your little gentle sighs as you exhale. And you'll notice that it'll start to become a little bit more comfortable. Feel a little bit more natural. And just scanning the body and just noticing where feels like there's a holding, a contraction. So let the intuition guide you, not the mind. And then each time you exhale, see if you could let go of a sigh for as long as you release your out breath. Letting go of that holding from that particular area where you've discovered that it is. And just be mindful of the pushing, not going into trying to push out that tension, but just be gentle with its releasing. notice that sometimes the sighs will ease, or sometimes there's another wave of tension, of contraction, of an anxiousness. And sometimes that can come with the mind, or sometimes it comes when we come a little bit closer to tapping in. And just seeing if you can now go to where that contraction is. And if there's a little bit more of a softening there, just notice what happens when you go to the center of that contraction. Is there a part of you that wants to pull away from it? If so, just witness that part of you and be gentle as you just explore a little bit deeper in sitting in it. And just becoming that little bit more curious. And just being present with what is actually there beneath that contracting in the physical. Is there something else that just needs to be cleansed with the breath? With a sigh. And just finishing off with the last few breaths. And just coming back to your natural rhythm, your natural cycle of breathing. And when you're ready, just gently opening your eyes. Namaste. I see you. And I honor you for taking this time for this practice. And it's just a really short meditation just to tap into the opportunities of what can really be there if we go beyond that contraction, that tightness, and how we can soften into it rather than move away from it. It seems so simple, and sometimes we just need to take that 5-10 minutes in our day to do so. So I hope this has supported you today, and I hope that you can come back to this place of nourishing, that place of being really honest with what's there. And in my other meditation offerings, I'll continue to share a little bit more about, being really authentic with what emotions are arising in our bodies. And please reach out if you would like to book in for one of my intuitive healing massages, or some private sound healing, or yoga or meditation. Be happy to support you. Namaste.